Hey, here we are for another Packer Outright Opinion Show, and the Packers are 2-0. What do you think about that, bro?
It's hard to believe, but it's been a whole week since we last watched them. It's like, holy crap, it's taking forever to get a game again.
That's all right.
But yeah,
It's been
man.
a nice week to look at what happened. What happened? I mean, what did
It's
you want
not.
to say? The Packers beat the Lions handily, beat the Commanders handily. These are two top contenders in the NFC, and now everyone's like, Packers are it. Packers are the team. They're right there with Philly, or they're the number one contender. I don't know. Should we get that excited right now? Are we? Is it Super Bowl already, or should we wait and see a little bit?
Well, I just want to make sure everybody understands it's not exactly been perfect, right? Like,
That's true.
we got a lot of issues on offense, I think. Jordan Love I don't know what he's looking at half time, and his deep passes aren't there. He's missed Matthew Golden a bunch.
God, he killed me in fantasy points there with Matthew Golden. I could have had some big points.
Yeah, he overthrew Tucker Kraft or something one time. He's had a couple I don't know what he was throwing, like just throwing it up there on like 3rd and 5, and he just chucks a 40-yard bomb into triple coverage. And I'm like, are you Russell Wilson or something? Like, what are we doing? That's how Russell Wilson lost the game for the Giants. He just was like, check it on 2nd down in overtime. And I'm like, what is he doing?
He's seen other greats do that in the past, so he thought, why not?
No. Anyways, but other than that, hey, man, the defense is freaking going crazy.
It's pretty
Sean Nixon is sitting on. He doesn't even care. He's like, go ahead, run past. I dare you. You're never going to get by the time you get past me, my guys are going to get your quarterback. And so he's just knocking down passes left and right.
5 pass breakups in one game. Come on. That's ridiculous. I said it before the year we came into it. Like Keyshawn, I was really looking for a big year from him, and I thought he was going to be great. He's the type of corner you want with this defense, right? I mean, he can play some man, but look at him. He's reactive. He's instinctive. He's fast. He's physical. And if he can know the ball's going to have to come out in a short period of time, man, he could have, I'm saying it. He could have himself an all-pro season this year. If he's not going to get as many picks. Picks aren't really his thing. He's not great at that, right? But he is damn good at breaking up passes, and he's physical. And even if the ball gets there, he's tough and attacks the football. So he could have a ton of pass breakups and a bunch of tackles, and I think he'd be awesome. I think he's going to I'm looking forward to it. Really looking forward to the rest of his season. And I love his interview after the game. I think it's I don't know. There's just something different. Like he's so chill about it. He's like, yeah, I always knew what I could do. Just had to get a chance. It's like, now you guys are finding out what I can do. Blah, blah, blah. Because like a lot of people were giving him, like, oh, last year you said you were CB1 and you wanted to be CB1. And how does it, what do you think about it? And he's like, I was always CB1. You guys just didn't know it.
Yeah. That's what Rasul Douglas was saying back then, too.
I know, right? Anyway, and Carrington Valentine, he's doing pretty good, right? He's still skinny, but he's aggressive and he's doing his thing. And Nate Hobbs didn't look too good, but it's just his first game back. He was okay. But I just like the way they're all playing and they're all keying off of it. And, everybody's talking about the Parsons effect. And yes, that's true. And he has a big effect on a lot of things. And he's been aggressive and motoring. But he's also, like, I think a lot of these guys were coming into having better seasons anyway. Like Cooper was more involved. You got Evan Williams back and playing and healthy. You've got Bullard. They talked about how much better he looked this year and doesn't look like he's out of place or not knowing what he's doing anymore. Like all those things are put together with the addition of Parsons. I think that's why you're seeing such a good defense so far. And it's fun to watch.
Watch here. Share this video.
Here it goes.
This I just I got a couple videos, but I didn't edit them right, so I just gonna throw them up on the screen.
Do
And
it.
we're gonna watch it. Oh, I should probably do it at half speed because it always ends up being weird, doesn't it? You got it up already?
Yeah, you're good.
Let's do it at half speed just to make sure it's yeah, we'll do that. This is just a play, I don't even like third quarter or something like that, where Washington started moving the ball a little bit. And we'll just take a look at what happens on this play and why this is the main reason why this defense is so good.
Jonathan's here. Jonathan says Flacco has to be worth a couple of chuck it up picks.
Oh, yes, yes.
Dad's
More
here
than
too.
likely. So look at this. If you're watching, they're doing the Lions thing where they're going to send a bunch of guys out to the same side of the field, and Terry McLaurin's coming over here, right? Evan Williams is deep, but they're all zoned. Look at them. We got 6 guys on the quarterback right here with eyes on the quarterback. And McKinney is backing out. And this is a little too close for comfort here, all these guys together. But we'll just keep watching. Now, because this tight end is looking back, I don't know what Jay Daniels is looking at. Now, Evan Williams is right here, right?
Yeah, but there's room.
Right. And it's second down. So Jaden Daniels has decided he's throwing to the back already. Even though he's not, look at his pocket. His pocket's actually good here.
Yeah.
You got a double team on the bottom. You got 2 guys taking out 2 guys here because they're almost in the same spot, which is kind of dumb. But I want everybody to watch what happens after the ball is thrown. Watch all these white jerseys. And watch what happens to them.
There you go. Pursuit.
That's like 8 guys over there. The defensive line run back there. The corners come up. The linebackers come up. Evan Williams comes up. That's just all white jerseys flowing to the ball. When was the last time you saw that as a Packer fan? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And Edgerrin Cooper even misses this tackle. But luckily, there's 20 other dudes over there.
Yep.
So it doesn't matter. Because right here, he's like, oh. But guess what? Quay Walker's there.
Yep.
And Carl Brooks is there. And freaking, 29. Who's 29?
McKinney.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right. McKinney. I pretend it's not him. I always think it's Rasul. But anyways, and this next play is just the Micah Parsons effect here. He's on the top of the screen at outside pass rusher. You got Gary over here standing up. And the Packers are going to send 5. They're actually going to blitz on this play, and nobody picks up Edgerrin Cooper. And you're going to see, I think it's Quay Walker. He's just going to back out and go back into coverage. But maybe Edgerrin Cooper's over here. They're all going, okay, Edgerrin Cooper because of the spin. And look at Micah Parsons just destroyed that freaking right tackle. Gets the flag and gets the sack. So these plays are just back-to-back, and it's just like, holy crap. Now, there's plays, though, when Micah Parsons wasn't on the field, and the Packers defense still got pressure and still held up and still did a good job of keeping Jaden Daniels in the pocket.
Yep.
But in this one, let's just watch. This is what this guy we're paying for, right? We're paying him $47 million a year to do stuff like this. Just completely school this guy. And he's going to do a quick inside move on this. And even if he doesn't get there, you're going to watch Edgerrin Cooper come around on the stunt and make the play. So it's pretty awesome. It's one of those things that, as a Packer fan, look at it. Oh, my God. That's just amazing. And look at it. And Edge Cooper's there, even if Micah Parsons just held his own and didn't get there right away. It's just swarming destruction is what I call these guys. They're swarming to the quarterback, and they're swarming to the ball carrier from the backfield, too. That's stuff that, as a Packer fan, that's why we're winning games. That's why things are going so great. This defense is amazing. It's exciting. It's fun to watch. It's fun to finally watch a game and be like, hey, I'm not worried about the defense right now. I'm not,
right?
When we get a stop on third and, whatever. Like if we stop them on 3rd and 6 and or 3rd and 8 and we stop them to get a 4-yard gain or 6-yard gain, and then it's 4th and 2. That doesn't happen anymore. When it's 3rd and 8, we get a sack. Or we get an incomplete pass. And they're not going to even try it on 4th down and 8. Where in the past, We give up the 6-yard gain. Next thing you know, it's 4th and 2, and they go for it, and we can't stop it. And then they end up getting the drive continues and blah blah blah. Right?
Mm-hmm.
This is a totally different type of thing going on here. They're attacking. They're penetrating. You got freaking Devontae Wyatt just destroying dudes and getting to the backfield right away. It's like the opposite of Kenny Clark. It's so crazy to watch, and that's the thing. It's so funny. Everybody's like, "Oh, this is crazy! Like, how does this happen?" Like, what have we been telling everybody for years? Kenny Clark and Jair Alexander are not good. They're not good. I mean, Kenny Clark's a nice guy.
Yep.
But he has zero lateral quickness.
Mm-hmm.
So he takes up a spot about, this wide on the field, and that's it. Right?
You can cover half a gap in either.
Cover half a gap. Gilbert Brown could cover more ground than him. Gilbert Brown was 60 pounds heavier and could hold up against a double team or a triple team where Kenny Clark can't. Anyways. And Jair never played the run. Jair never flowed to the ball. Jair was just poke around and goof around and not pay attention. Yeah. And you take just those two guys off the team. Two guys who are highest paid defensive players on their team at their positions. Those two guys gone. Bring in one guy, Micah Parsons, who's attacking and going crazy, and allows everybody else to do what they would have done anyway if they would have gotten playing time. That's why the defense is good. We've been talking about this stuff for years, you and me. Everybody got mad. That one lady, I can't remember what her name was. She got mad because I kept playing Kenny Clark sucking videos, and then she never came back again. Brittany, or I don't know. She was somebody that
was David's friend.
Yeah, David brought her in because he met her from another Packer show, and then she's like, "Oh, you got to check out the Haveman Bros." And then she came in, and I kept talking smack about Kenny Clark, and then she never came back because Kenny Clark's her favorite. And it's like, well, you know what? He ain't worth the money.
It's what sometimes telling the truth gets people get mad about it.
Oh, John's back from the Bills fan. John,
what do you say now?
Oh, he's like, go Pack, go. He's not a Bills fan anymore. The Bills are 2-0.
How about them Bills? John, that's crazy. Like, that first game, that comeback was ridiculous, but you're welcome. The Packers gave Jair Alexander to your opponent to help you complete that. But like I said last week, John, when it came down to it, Josh Allen was no dum-dum. He knew where to go with the ball. He knew who to attack. And then before we come back around to the Packers finishing this sidebar about Jair Alexander, healthy scratch in week 2.
He was a healthy scratch in week 2?
Yeah. 1 week, man.
Dude. That's crazy.
We talked about he might make it, a couple of more years. I don't know.
That's crazy.
It was a great comeback. That was fun to watch. I kept watching the game, and then I was like, man, just looked lifeless. But Jair gave him life with his defensive pass interference, and then they kept going. I mean, he's saying he's gimpy, John, but he said he hyped it up before that game. Remember, he hyped it up before that game. He's back. He's back at practice. He's back. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to, show everybody. And he showed him exactly what he's been for a long time now. Anyway, the video you just showed, one thing that was really interesting to me, and this is what we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Is even so in that stunt where Cooper loops around, the two guys that are drawing attention in the other direction and trying to blow up the line to create that opening for him, even those two guys got penetration. They were like 3 yards up, 3-4 yards of field. So usually when you run stunts and stuff like that, right, you either leave a gap or those guys really don't go anywhere because they're just kind of clogging up and trying to take up guys. In this case, they clogged up, took up guys, didn't leave an out for Jaden Daniels, and they got penetration upfield. Like, if you're the defensive coordinator, you can't ask for anything more than that. That's amazing to have all those things happen in one shot on a play that those guys aren't really supposed to be part of the play, making the play. I don't know. This is the most fun I've had watching the Packers defense in 10 years or more. I mean, it's been forever, right? It's been
a long time.
It's super fun. And I love the way that it's fitting together. Like, everybody's fitting together well. Evan, so let's just go through the pieces real quick, right? We got pass rush here. We got these guys that are attacking. We got the pass rush going. The run defense has been great. How is the run defense so good? How are they holding these guys down to such bad averages? Well, a big part of it is number one, they're making a lot of penetration, screwing up plays, and getting TFLs. But number two, it's exactly what you showed. It's the pursuit. It's the guys who are free or the guys who don't have good people trying to block them are getting in the action, right? They're filling and supporting. And because of that, that's how you're helping the run defense. For the first time in forever, we have corners that are fully supporting run defense, and that makes a huge difference. And then you go back through the layers. Okay, two inside linebackers or linebackers that are fast. McDuffie, who's a good tackler and also is in the right spot. And then you go to the third
He had
layer.
a great play early on in the game too.
He did. And then you go to the third layer, and Evan Williams is a sure tackler. He's always involved.
I'll say this. I watched the tape, and he was a little bit not as good this week as he was last week. I'm just going to say. He was kind of...
Well, when he's...
missed the plays.
For a safety, when he's got one-on-one opportunities, which some guys totally blow, like he usually makes a tackle. Like he's a pretty damn good tackler. So I'll take him all day. And Bullard they're putting him in a spot where he doesn't have to think about too much or doesn't have too many responsibilities, and he can just go make plays.
Share the screen right now.
Okay. And then McKinney just, wanders around the back and holds it down like he needs to. Somebody's got to do that.
Sharon?
Yep, it's up.
All right, if you look at the screen right here at about the 50-yard line, you just talked about Bullard. This is one of my favorite plays of the game. This is where Bullard... Now, is it terrible blocking by the Commanders wide receivers? Yes.
Of course, yeah.
But is it a guy who went through two different guys to get to the ball carrier after the ball was thrown? And he's moving while the ball is in the air. That's the other thing. When you watch this, I'm going to pause it when the ball's thrown, and you're going to see how he's already on the warpath on this. He reads it. He's not good. The ball's not even thrown.
Right.
He's already moving. He already knows. He already knows, dude. And the ball's not even thrown yet. That's why he was so successful on this play. Look at that. He's already getting ready to be engaged in this block, though he's going to actually cut in the inside and then he's going to beat both of these two blockers to make the tackle on one. And the ball's not even out of the quarterback's hand, and Bullard's already attacking. That's awesome. And so is Hobbs back here, 21. He's got his eyes on there. He's ready to go too. This was an awesome play by Bullard. Look at that. Takes on the block, takes on the other block. Because he made that move before the ball was even thrown, he's able to keep his eyes up, be aware. That was pathetic block by 86, though. Really pathetic. And then just...
Zach Ertz, he's old. You give him a break.
I know, but that was pathetic. Like, I would take you off the field if that was your effort on that play. You're telling me a guy goes through two different players to make the play on that? But still, it just shows how exciting it is to watch a guy who, before the ball's even thrown, he's already 3 steps to where the ball's going to end up being. And then makes it freaking all world tight end look like a scuzz. And look at that. There's still 5 guys over there.
If you it's such a pretty shot when Bullard's engaging, looking at where those guys are all positioned, because the way they were positioned is even if he misses that tackle, there's no escape route for Deebo Samuel there. Even if he breaks the tackle, if he tries to go, he can't go right, he can't go left, he can't go forward. They're all there.
Yeah, it's great. It's super awesome, fun. Awesome stuff, man. I'm telling you, you don't. And when you're watching the game, you don't know that stuff, but. You get to see all 22. You're seeing, holy crap! Like he's already moving before the ball even thrown, and it's like that's what this defense is. They anticipate and attack, and swarm. It's just that's all I can say. Swarm.
That's all we've been asking for. Attack, anticipate and attack. John says Packers look real good. Is it Packers Bills Super Bowl?
It might be, and that's bad news for John. Though he shouldn't be. You don't want to see that, John, because Bills got a couple weaknesses. Packers got none. Well, Josh Jacobs is a weakness.
Offensively, they have probably some. But then he says to play devil's advocate because somebody has to. Usually that's Raider Rick's job, but John will take it from you. They played Detroit and Washington, not so great defenses, which, okay, is fine. That's true.
No, yeah. Their offense still is looking pretty rough, though. So,
but Detroit put up 52. What do you make of that? The Lions put up 52 points on the Bears. And they couldn't do jack squat against the Packers. This game, the Packers were doing great defensively. Yeah, they give up a late score, which is kind of garbagey breakdown in coverage that happens. But I don't know. I don't know how you. It's weird because like week to week stuff can happen. Games are very different. Sometimes teams do really well. Sometimes they don't. That's part of how it works. So you can't glean a ton from it. You can't say, oh, well, because the Lions couldn't do squat against the Bears or couldn't do nothing against the Packers, and they put up 52 points against the Bears, which must mean the Packers defense is otherworldly. Yada yada yada. The things we know are this. These are the things we do know. We know that. We talked about it before going into this game. The Packers were facing a very different quarterback and a very different type of offense. And we were concerned about the quarterback's ability to extend plays and run and kind of bleed them by taking off and causing problems. And none of that happened. None of that happened. So, and against Jared Goff, they played one way. Against this guy, they did some of the same things, but without the deficiencies of creating gaps and opportunities for him to take advantage of it. So that was what was super impressive to me too, was that they still did a lot of stunting. They still went with a lot of their cheetah package. They still did some of that stuff. And at the same time, Jaden Daniels didn't escape and exploit it for big runs. So I don't know how all that happens because I'm not that smart, but I was impressed by it.
Well, I think it's because the zone coverage and allowed a lot of plays I'm watching. It looks like you got Quay Walker and Edgerrin Cooper both playing like spy. You know what I mean? Like there's no, and Jaden Daniels realized that like, okay, I can't get away because there's two guys looking at me and they're both coming for me if I end up trying to run. And it's just because the other guys are taking away everything. And he doesn't have enough time to think. Like he's getting pressure so fast. And that's kind of, the key of what's going on there. So if you want to share again, I got to play, show you Devontae Wyatt just getting in there so fast and messing up a second down play. And then the very next play is the Keyshawn. I don't know I think it was the first Keyshawn pass breakup, which stopped the drive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, it's up. So go for it.
It's up. Okay, here we go. So this is, oh wait, actually, you know what? I got to put it at half speed. Sorry, I forgot to do that. But it was, so this is Devontae Wyatt making a play, but also what you're going to see is all the eyes on the quarterback again, right?
Right.
We got to, McKinney's deep here. Looks like Evan Williams is kind of playing like a down a little bit more because they got three guys down. All the receivers are on the bottom side of the field and just one tight end up here. And then running back on this side. So as you're watching this, look at Rashawn Gary. He's getting really good penetration. He's only going one-on-one. And I don't think Micah Parsons is it on this play.
No.
But Devontae Wyatt, they decided to single cover him with one with the left guard. Dumb. Really dumb. But even on the back end here, you got Bullard looking out for the guy coming down on the flat. You got Hobbs with the McKinney, or Hobbs with the McLaren here. And Evan Williams is taking this guy. And these guys are just looking at the back and the tight end and the quarterback, right? Like they all have their eyes here. They don't even care about what's coming behind them. So like if this guy did an out route over this way, like it could be bad news, right? But there's no way Jaden Daniels is going to have enough time for that to happen. As the play develops, they didn't take advantage of this hole. They tried to attack the inside. Bullard has got his eyes on the quarterback. Everybody's got their eyes on the quarterback. You got Hobbs going deep here. There's a passing lane here. Like this ball should be thrown probably over here to the 30-yard line to the 83. That's the open spot. Now, if we play against a quarterback who's maybe a little smarter, I don't know, or able to sit in the pocket a little bit longer. But if you look at where the ball is at right now, it's on the 50-yard line. Look at Devontae Wyatt's big old paws up. And this is the one where Devontae Wyatt knocks it down. So maybe this pass was going here to 83. It ended up looking like it was supposed to go to the tight end or to this guy, the tight end coming out of the backfield, or maybe over here because it ends up flopping down here about the 40. Maybe Jaden Daniels is throwing it over to this 83 guy, where that's where it should be going. But because Devontae Wyatt schooled this freaking left guard, got his big paw on it, doesn't matter. Even though we got three guys standing up here doing nothing, right? So Devontae gets his big paw on it, and the ball gets thrown all crazy, right? And that's all. Like that could have been bad. Like there are some holes in this defense. When you're taking shots like this, we're getting look at it. We got Kingsley Enagbare in there, and Wooden, and Wyatt, and Gary. There's no Micah Parsons on this play.
Mm-hmm.
but we still get the pressure. And look at this big jumble over here.
Yep.
That's what
This
gives.
is
Look
one
at
thing.
Devontae Wyatt.
Yeah. Right. See, the one thing about that too, like you can see out there before, and you can see a little bit more in the cluster, is when you had. So if you looked at the cluster of guys here once they start going, because Inigbari is not keeping the edge, he goes inside, right? So he's actually trapped inside. So if you weren't playing zone here,
Yep, these three
right,
guys.
you wouldn't have that corner over there because he'd be doing something else. I'm not sure what you'd have Keyshawn do,
Right.
but there could be a big opening for Daniels to run out that way when the pressure comes. But there's not, because you got those guys sitting around, and then you have guys on the other side, and those three routes are just kind of like taking a little while to develop. And yeah, when you get a pass rush, it makes a huge difference. We haven't had pass rush in forever, so we remember. Well, just compare it to all those other years, and you can see the difference. But we don't remember what it's like to get a pass rush, and now we got one from a bunch of guys, and that's the other key part.
And he might have been trying to just get a 22 because Devontae was in his face. I don't know.
Right.
But
Exactly. Yeah. And pressure up the middle is pressure up the middle is a killer.
it is. It is. And Devontae's fast. Especially for a D tackle. He's super fast.
Yep. Pushing that. There's a good pocket here for him.
Now this right, they're not getting the pressure. Now Micah Parsons isn't in the game on this one.
Right.
Lucas Van Ness is out there. Devontae White just made a play, so now he's tired. So he's still barely past the line of scrimmage. That's going to happen with him sometimes, right? Cloran falls down. It's basically the same coverage. But now they have, it's like, so you got four guys here, three guys deep. Jay Daniels did not want to try the tight end. Did not want to try out over here. He probably could have, he's going for Keyshawn. Because Keyshawn's kind of in the inside here. And actually has bad position. Probably should have stayed to the outside because he's got inside help with Evan Williams and with McKinney here. So that's probably a bad play by Keyshawn where his positioning is. But he makes up for it by being smart and aggressive and just knocking that ball out after the guy already caught it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just about being aware. Maybe you screwed up, right? Maybe you took an inside edge and you should have been on the outside. But he made up for it. And that was just one of his 5 pass breakups.
Maybe he was baiting him into throwing there because he was bored.
Yeah, this pass rush, not great. And look at these two guys stuck together. They're doing a good job, so that should have been a completion for first down. But that's another point, right? We got guys, we got the pass rush stop doing great, but the pass rush isn't there. Now our corner is making a play. So it's like at all levels of the defense. If one guy's kind of falling off, here's another guy to come in and help out. Like we saw Adrian Cooper who got in the way, but he missed the play. Boom. Then something else happens. And that's why this team looks so good, man. All the 11 guys on defense are attacking, whether it's they're attacking the ball, they're anticipating the play. Now, I'm waiting. Eventually we're going to play somebody, and the anticipation is going to lead to them maybe getting beat if we can't get the pressure. Like on that last play, we couldn't get pressure.
Mm-hmm.
But, because remember, even the Lions, remember when a couple of years ago when Rasul was still with the Packers, and the Lions drew up a play specifically to take advantage of Rasul attacking on a certain play.
Mm-hmm.
He jumped on some kind of out route with Amon-Ra St. Brown. Yep. And then he did a double move and going past him for easy touchdown because Rasul had jumped on that before and got a pick off it. So he kept looking for that same play. And because they know Rasul's aggressive, they took advantage of it and they got an easy touchdown. So we'll see. Because everything that we're showing here on the film is going to be looked at by other teams. Now, the Browns this week, I don't think that we're going to have much to worry about. But in the future, with teams that are good on offense, and if we can't get there, like that last play we showed, we're going to need Keyshawn and the guys to keep fighting all the way through the play.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Don't just do it. If you got beat out to the outside on a move, get your hand in there and knock the ball out. Beautiful play.
Yeah. And it makes a big difference with guys that have awareness, right? And that's something we have lacked with some of the other guys that are playing. And Keyshawn, knew where the ball was. And so even, the other plays he timed up really well too, where he broke up the passes. He had some where
Yeah.
they're obviously they were letting him be a little physical too, and if you let him be physical, he's going to be. So like, but he played his game and he played awesome, and they all looked. You're right. It's different pieces working together. The one thing I hope they're kind of recognizing and realizing is if Parsons isn't on the field, they got to have Devontae Wyatt on the inside to cause some havoc there. And then, or you've got to like mix in like a Cooper blitz or something like that. You've got to have one major disruptor in that pass rush to really make sure you're going to get there. Because otherwise, I think like if the other players are nice, but if it's like Inigbare, Gary, Lucas Van Ness, and Colby Wooden or Carl Brooks out there, like none of those guys are like they're all good and fine, but none of them is going to be like a major disruptor. We got to have at least one major disruptor on the field at all times involved in that pass rush. And Jeff Hafley's smart, and I think he's recognizing that. Can I tell you something that bothered me after this game?
Sure.
Did you happen to watch and listen to Matt LaFleur's post-game press conference?
I did not.
Okay. Well, it wasn't great. Can we talk about, well, that's something that bothered me during the game, but after the game, the media from the Green Bay Packers took them almost 10 minutes of that press conference to ask a question about Tucker Kraft.
Yeah.
Almost 10 minutes before they brought up Tucker Kraft. I'm like, what are you talking? This guy's the story of the game on offense.
Yeah.
What the hell? I was blown away when we found out that he didn't even have a 100-yard game in college at South Dakota State. That's insane.
He didn't get the ball that much.
I know, but it's still crazy that at that level of football, he didn't have a 100-yard game, and he comes to the NFL and he's just tearing them up. He's tearing them up in the NFL. Guy from a town of 500 people in freaking South Dakota. Like, it's crazy. It's awesome, though. I love it. And I didn't know he was the captain this year. That's great.
What? He is?
Yeah. Tucker Kraft is a captain.
Well, how many captains do they got? Because I'm pretty sure Josh Jacobs is one too, and I'm pretty sure Jordan Love is one too.
Yeah, I think they have three. I think they have three on offense. Three on
McKinney
defense.
probably is.
Yep.
So
Gary, I would bet.
Yeah, I guess.
And then
I don't know if it's worth having him be the captain, but. Well, the reason why I'm bringing it up, or I'm glad you brought it up, because I don't know. Last week we talked about how we need to have a guy or two who should be the guy who spark plugs the offense. And I said, oh yeah, we might have a bunch of number 2 receivers. Maybe we need to have that guy be, I don't know, Tucker Kraft. And then what else did I say? I said, you know who else would be good? Dontavian Wicks would be a perfect number 1 possession receiver. Wow. What happened in this game? On drives that were successful, who was the guy we went to on 3rd down to get the first down? Oh, yeah. Dontavian Wicks. Who was the guy who had 100-some yards and a touchdown and pretty much broke open the game for us? Oh, yeah. Tucker Kraft. I'm not a genius, but apparently I'm smart enough to know those are the 2 guys, period. Those are the 2 guys. And then you got to get the ball to Matthew Golden because we got to see it. Can we fix this? But
he beat some dude. I mean, that play, he was oof.
Andy Herman said, I didn't watch all the tape, but Andy Herman said that on all the tape is like Matthew Golden got open like the whole freaking game, and Jordan Love just didn't throw it his way. So I'm like, what are we doing? I don't know, but I don't know what else to say. For 3 years, 4 or 5 years, however long we do doing this show, we said Kenny Clark, Jay Alexander, not good. If they weren't on the field, our defense would be better. Guess what? Our defense is freaking way better without those 2 guys. I said Tucker Kraft should be the focal point of the offense. Dontavian Wicks should be the guy we go to on third down if he can catch the ball, which he is.
Mm-hmm.
He's catching the ball this year. But
he looks good so far, 2 games.
And that's what you do. Feed him. Feed him. Feed him. Not this crap in week 1 where they go and just, he gets a touchdown on the first drive and then they never throw him to him the whole rest of the game. This time it's like Tucker Kraft over here, Tucker Kraft over there, Tucker Kraft over here. And then they had to give a couple token Luke Musgrave passes here and there, so he felt didn't feel so bad. But too bad on Musgrave.
He made some good catches. Like, he's good at catching the ball. He's not good at after he catches it, but he did caught the ball a couple times. I was going to bring up, we'll get to him in a second, but finishing on Tucker Kraft, it blows me away with all of that and how long it took him to ask questions about Tucker Kraft. So stupid. But everyone else, like all the national people and everything else, they're like flipping out about it. They're like, oh my God, he had himself a day and all this stuff. Like, this is what he's shown when he got opportunities that he can do all this stuff. He just didn't get a ton of opportunities before. And in this game, he did. And does this mean Matt LaFleur is going to keep doing that? Or
That's the thing.
Is he going to be like, oh, this week, well, we're not going to give it to Tucker Kraft hardly at all. Let's do that, which is going to piss me off. I mean, I'm sure it's going to be different this week. It's probably going to be a lot of chipping on Myles Garrett, and that's going to screw up the tight ends being involved.
I know. They need to stop it. They need to stop doing that. I understand.
Use the back.
Yes. Put 2 backs in. Play more with one receiver and whatever if you have to do it. And have other guys freaking chip. Have Fitzpatrick back there chipping. Have Ben Sims chipping. Don't waste Tucker Kraft chipping. Get him the damn ball because he makes guys look stupid.
John says he'll see us in the Super Bowl. He's got to go for tonight. Well, have a good one, John.
That was good, John. Thanks, bud.
Hey, Lee, how we doing? Lee says as long as the defense shows out, we'll get this vanilla offense going.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Here, share this video here, bro.
Yep, it's up.
All right, here we go. Tucker Kraft. There's a couple of key things on this play that I love. First of all, what you're going to see, let's watch the thing I hate more than anything. Let's watch Jordan Love, who there's a guy there, but he could just throw a nice normal pass. Let's watch Jordan Love's pass here. So it sits there and floats in the air for 100 years instead of just being, and I understand there's a guy coming at him, but did he have to do the dumb jump in the air backwards crap? No. So this is Tucker Kraft. He's got this little corner coming at him or whatever it is. And we know that he schools him and beats the crap out of him. What I want you to watch right here at about the 15-yard line. Coming on a route across the field here is Malik Heath. The key to this, the reason why this turns from without Malik Heath, this would be about a 5-yard gain. With Malik Heath, it's a 19-yard gain. Okay? Just watch. We don't know what Tucker Kraft did. We saw that. Watch Malik Heath on this play. He's right here in the middle of the field at the 15. Watch Malik Heath. Immediately after the ball's catched. Now, it's not great, but he stays with them. Stays with them. That's why Tucker Kraft got all those yards. Tucker Kraft would have never gotten the first down if it wasn't for Malik Heath. And no one's going to talk about Malik Heath. He's my silent but deadly player of the game.
What?
Because I don't know if we're going to do that, but because he had the amazing catch. And I even said last week, Malik Heath should never be on the field. I said that last week.
What you said, yeah.
I stand corrected, Malik Heath. Thank you for proving why you should be with an amazing toe tap grab like Jordy Nelson. Yeah. And on this play where most guys would just keep running or not give a shit. Malik Heath turns around and blocks. Now he got his ass kicked, but then you know what? He regained himself and he kept that guy at bay. So Tucker Kraft get 19 yards.
That's what downfield blocking is. It's literally most of the time just getting in the way and trying to stay on the guy. You don't have to overpower anybody. Plus, on that, he's coming off of looking the other direction, so physically he can't be as
tough,
solid as he wants. But you stay in front of the guy, damn, that's all you can ask for.
And then it's just, I think this is a Josh Jacobs touchdown, and eventually and so forth. But
right,
maybe we can watch the block. What they do on blocking here looks like Sean Ryan got his butt kicked, but we'll see what happens. Just since I have it up, but I'll take it down. I'll take it down after this play. So 70, that's Kennard, right?
Yep.
He's burying this dude. You got a double team on 99. And I love that because it takes 54 out of the play.
Right.
This is a little bit, and we need Tucker Kraft to get 3. I think he actually whiffs on this. I don't. He had a couple of really terrible blocks in this game and the running game, like really bad. Like he was the reason why Josh Jacobs got no yards. It was a lot of times Tucker Kraft.
Mm-hmm.
And he's touted for his blocking ability. Everybody says, "Oh, he's a tough guy, a good blocker." And he's like, he's not the greatest blocker in the world, to be honest. Oh, he holds up there pretty good. No, his guy makes a tackle. He's got to keep look at Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick's blocking till the end.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, and I'd say that's one thing about Tucker Kraft. He's got to improve. He's got to improve this blocking. That's number 3. That's a corner or a safety. Like, what are you doing? Grab him and hold him. No one's going to call it on you. Especially if you use your inside arm, grab his jersey. He's not going to get past you. You weigh like 50 pounds more than that guy does.
Well, he kind of like one thing about blocking in space too. That's interesting is listen, look at these guys talking. One thing about blocking in space that's interesting is because I used to have to do it. It was obviously clearly at a different level or whatever. But when you got to go up and block a linebacker, outside linebacker, corners, safeties, whatever, guys that are several yards off the ball, you know, you can't attack them as aggressively as you can a guy that's right in front of you because you're probably not going to miss as, you know, you have a much higher likely chance to miss if you attack too aggressively. So you got to go in under control. But once you make contact, the one thing that Tucker Kraft did not do there is he didn't keep moving his feet. Like he stopped his feet. He made contact and then he just kind of stopped his feet. Once you make that contact, that's when you get your feet going and you just drive straight. And you're much bigger than that guy. So even if you're, you know, that guy wants to go a certain direction, well, just drive him and keep your legs moving and bury him. You know, and if you do that and you're engaged the whole time, the running back will adjust. Like that's what the running back's job is to do, is to adjust to the way it works out. There's obviously a play that's drawn up and there's a hole that you want to have, but then there's what happens in a football play. So staying on your guy is key. And then once you're blocking in space, keeping your legs moving. And then if you're much bigger than the guy, like in this case, keeping your legs moving and trying to bury the dude, but do not lose contact. So if he didn't stop his feet, like even though the guy kind of dove down, he would have just buried him, and Josh Jacobs probably could have jumped over or, you know, done whatever, or run into his back or whatever he wanted to do. But that's what he would do. So some things about Kraft here, and then I want to talk because guys are talking about Musgrave. Lee's here. Lee, how you doing? JJ's here too. Jonathan's here still. He said when they drafted Kraft, I heard he was a gym rat. Well, damn, he looks ripped now. I mean, I think they kept saying he's like 260 pounds during the broadcast, which I don't think is accurate.
I don't think he's that big, but
I think he's like around 250 pounds, but that's fine. But he does, you know, he's powerful. He's strong. Can he improve his blocking? Yes. But he's fast enough. He does a lot of good things well. Like he's a jack of all trades, they kind of say, but he's actually very polished in a number of things. His catching, his route running, his after the catch, all that stuff is very good.
I think
blocking, his blocking is like
but
his blocking is like the weakest part.
His blocking is the weakest, but
yeah,
his ability to turn something out of nothing, that is the key.
From a tight end, that doesn't happen.
Yes.
That doesn't happen a lot, and hasn't. Remember when we did the top tight ends of all time for the Packers?
Yeah,
it wasn't a great list, so we haven't seen a lot of this sort of thing from a tight end in the past.
All right, so I got some more videos, but it's mostly just Jordan Love playing like crap. So I'm not going to share them because everybody's going to get mad at me. So I'm just not going to share them.
We all know Jordan Love. Here's the thing with Jordan Love. Let's rather than showing all that, let's just talk about him for a second.
Okay, let's talk about it.
Say what we've observed. Now, Jordan Love has made some good throws. I haven't examined every throw, but off of my memory, the majority of those throws I would say that are good are when he has his legs right and a good stable base.
Yes.
Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay. When he doesn't have his legs right and a stable base, they're not so good. Is that also accurate?
Yes.
Okay. So that's not uncommon for normal humans and quarterbacks and all that sort of stuff. However, we're told all the time about his athleticism and his, ability to extend plays, and Matt LaFleur talks about it, and yada yada yada. Now, when Jordan Love extends plays, it looks different than the other guys who are athletic and can extend plays, right? It looks different. It does not look the same. Okay.
When he ran over that guy, it took him so long to get to that point. I was like, that corner is like, I think the corner was afraid. Like he didn't even try to get to like go toward him. He just like kind of sitting there, but he could have at least went toward, like he just sat there.
Yeah.
He was moving so slow. I was like, oh my God, he's never going to get that first down. And then he ran over that little corner. And I'm like, okay. Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
but he's definitely not fast.
Right. He might have some speed, but he definitely is not quick. Right. Like,
I don't know.
And he's not agile, and he's just really not that athletic. Let's be real about it. Let's talk about the other guys. Josh Allen runs around and does crazy stuff. Does it look like that? No. Jaden Daniels runs around and looks like the coolest, calmest dude in the world, but it doesn't look like that either. Does it look like Lamar Jackson? Does it look like even guys like Michael Penix or some of these younger dudes?
Okay, hold on now. He's better than Michael Penix.
No, I'm not comparing that. I'm saying it doesn't, when he tries to make off schedule, extended athletic plays, it doesn't look the same. So when is an adult in his life, I don't know if it's his parent, I don't know if it's his coaches, or maybe it's his new wife who's a good athlete who needs to tell him, you're just not that good of an athlete. So why don't you keep your feet on the ground? Because when you keep your feet on the ground and throw, you are much better than when you try to make these fading away, throwing off back foot, throwing off the 1 foot, throwing off no feet kind of plays. You're not really good at that.
I will say this, though, and it was proven last year as well when he played. He avoided sacks.
Yeah, for sure.
By throwing off his back foot a couple times. And he did it. Right. He's done it so far this year, too. He's good at that. The Packers have given up 4 sacks this year. One of them was because Matt LaFleur told them, hey, if the play's not there, just take a sack. Because the last time at the end of the game on Thursday night, they had the ball on three and out, and they had an incompletion on 2 of the plays, and like no time went off the freaking clock. Mm-hmm. So LaFleur was like, dude, when you go out there this time, if the play's not there, don't throw it away like a dumbass. Just take the sack so we can run the freaking play clock down and get the hell out of here and with the win, Yeah. So the Packers gave up 2 sacks, but that was he just gave it to them, right? He could have threw it away easily, but it would have stopped the clock, which is what we didn't want, which is a good thing, which he should have done earlier probably, but he didn't. So I will say that's one positive thing, right? He can avoid sacks by throwing off the back foot. Problem is he sometimes throws off the back foot. Probably 80% of the time, there is no need to do so.
Right.
And it ends up being a pass that's not perfect or not even close or so far, or it's a tougher catch for the receiver who, let's face it, our guys aren't the greatest at catching sometimes. So these are all things that, I mean, Matt LaFleur's talked about in the offseason. I've seen him talk about it on multiple occasions.
He says it all the time. The footwork,
his mechanics, you got to get him to stop throwing off. He says it all the time. Yet Love still does it. So what? I mean, that's why Tom Clemens retired. I think he's had enough. He told Love 1,000 times, dude, what are we doing? Stop throwing the back foot like a dumbass.
You have to wonder. You have to wonder what the conversations with Rodgers were like, because that's what Rodgers did, right? Rodgers did it to avoid injury. He did it to
avoid injuries.
He did it to avoid injury, but then and it happened after 2018 when he, got his knee messed up and then played the whole season and all that sort of stuff. And then after that, he just decided, I'm going to throw with my feet not on the ground. I'm going to throw off my back foot. I'm not going to have my front foot planted ever, blah, blah, blah. And anyway, so we don't, obviously this is speculation, but I think pretty fair speculation based on what we've seen, that Aaron Rodgers talked to him about that. He learned some of that stuff from Aaron Rodgers. Rodgers told him why he did it, which is, hey, if you do this, you can figure out how to kind of torque your body and get the right weight shifted to make an accurate throw, you can keep your legs safe and avoid serious injury there, and that'll help your career, which those are all valid things. I get it, 100%. However, what Rodgers ended up doing is not picking his spots to do it. He just did it all the time. And so then you see Jordan Love doing it when he also doesn't need to do it. Like when the pocket's clean and nobody's around, step into your throw, man. Like no one's going to be mad if you throw off your back foot and you do stuff like that when the pressure's coming in and guys are in your face or at your feet. No problem. But when there's nobody around, step into your throw because
but also when he steps into his throw, he overshoots guys like he did with Matthew Golden on the deep pass. Instead of putting a little bit of air underneath it, he just freaking drilled it like a rocket because he actually had his feet underneath him on that pass.
It was like a tweener too. He could have, like, I remember a play. This was interesting because this play always stuck in my memory. It was when I played my senior year and I played tight end. I only had, how many catches did I have? 14 catches, I want to say. 12 catches, whatever it was. I averaged 1 catch a game. Exciting, right? But anyway, I never had a touchdown in my football career. And they dialed up a play to give me a touchdown. We already had a big lead. So the coach was like, I guess we'll finally throw it to him. So anyway, so we dial up this play. And it was like one of those kind of under and up and out routes by me. So the guy ran a slant and I ran an out and up. And that throw is designed to be, have some air on it. And you go run under it and get it. And that's how we always practiced it. Well, I get out and I get my head turned around. The ball's coming at me, like drilled at me. And I was like, holy crap. And I had to get my hands up quick and like grab it. And then I caught it. But when I went and talked to the quarterback after, I was like, damn, I almost didn't catch that because I wasn't ready for it. I was ready to look up and see where the ball was going to come down or where I needed to run under it. And he just drilled it right at me. And he was just like, he's like, yeah, I know I'm supposed to throw it like that, but there was a clear lane. And I thought I'd just get it to you as quick as I could. So quarterbacks can make those decisions based on what the coverage is doing. And so in that case, Jordan Love kind of threw a tweener. It was like, you either, if he's going to drill it, don't put that much air on it, throw it on a line right at the guy. Okay. Or you throw it up high and let him run under it. You have 2 choices there, but he kind of threw it like in between where he should. He didn't throw it as high as he should. And he didn't drill it kind of as like a bullet that he should throw at him. So I think that was the problem with that pass. And so he's got to figure that out. Like, how do you either, you got to decide one of those two. And I think he had a clear line of sight to Golden. So he could have just drilled it, but he kind of threw a tweener there. And that was the issue.
I think you throw the way you threw it in practice, whatever that is. That's what you should do in the game.
Well, that's
so
it's quarterbacks. They'll do whatever the hell they want.
Well, I need to cut that out.
You got to adjust.
That's the key to victory, man. If a guy's beats the guy and he does what he does in the practice, the same as he does in the game, and then your quarterback is drilling at him instead of doing a nice pop-up throw or whatever he did in practice, that's a problem. Anyways, I'm not saying I'm concerned about the offense because I think they're fine.
Yeah.
But if you take away the Tucker Kraft play,
yeah, he's good.
Which was an awesome schemed up play where they attacked Bobby Wagner with, take Musgrave and have him coming right in front of his face.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have Kraft. I even said that a couple weeks ago. I was like, hey, have a guy come across like this and have Kraft come right behind him. And then boom, there you go. And that's what they did. And what happened? Oh, you make the one linebacker have to decide, oh, crap, do I go with this guy or do I stay here? And he actually stayed there, but he didn't turn around and run with him. And then Love threw it right over top of him, and then Kraft took it forever. And then the other big play was the Malik Heath crazy catch on the sideline.
Yeah.
Without those 2 plays, those led to touchdowns, those drives. And they weren't exactly, like the one was a scheme play. The other one was a Jordan Love chuck it. Thank God our number 6 receiver turned into Jordy Nelson for one play. Like, never saw that coming. Like I automatically, when they said incomplete, I was like, yeah, it's incomplete. It's Malik Heath. It's incomplete.
What?
I love Malik Heath, but I didn't think he was going to do a toe tap, freaking crazy catch on the sideline like that. And then you watch it in the replay, and I'm like, holy crap, he caught that. What the hell?
Yeah. I mean, say what you want about him in terms of like, I know he wasn't drafted high or drafted at all or whatever the situation was. I know he's not fast, but he's always had pretty good hands. He's always attacked the ball pretty well, and he's a big dude. Yeah. Did I know he had that good of body control to do all that? No, probably not. but he's got better body control than
half
a
the
number of
freaking receivers on the team.
yeah, right. So
He's got better than Christian Watson by a
for
mile.
sure, yeah, for sure.
Christian Watson would never make that catch.
No, and then he's a great blocker too. So he definitely has a spot, and I'm glad to see him out there, and I'm glad to see him getting the ball once in a while too. So that's good.
Should we talk about the Jaden Reed injury? I'm not concerned at all. I don't. I think it's actually going to help the team.
It's going to help Golden.
It's going to help Golden become more of
accelerate
a threat.
His progress. Yeah.
Also, it'll give Tucker Kraft more stuff in the middle of the field.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate to say it. I know everybody thinks that he's their number one receiver because he has the most yards and targets over the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Just because he has the most yards and targets doesn't mean he's the best receiver on the team. Matter of fact, he's probably not even the top 4 receiver on the team at this point. He's just not. He's okay.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about him, right? He's a tough guy. He's gritty. He's pretty good. Like after the catch has been the issue the last, kind of any year. He seems to struggle with maybe kind of a little bit more like James Jones kind of style where he would make the tough ones, but the easy ones, he would drop a lot. No,
maybe, but okay,
it's not the same, but it's similar. Like
James Jones looked smooth and in control at all times. Yeah, he just would sometimes drop a wide open cat.
He was he was so good after the catch too.
But James Jones, and he wasn't fast. He just had good. He was bigger, so it was harder to tackle him. Yeah, he had big legs, but he also looked smooth and in control.
Yeah.
Jaden Reed never looked smooth and in control.
I still think it's still the mouthpiece that's flopping around his face.
Yeah, I don't know why he doesn't wear it. If you have it on your helmet, wear the damn thing.
Put it in your mouth or don't. I just don't have it.
But I'm just saying, like, the problem with the Packers is they have too many guys, and they try to feed too many guys. Yeah, and the fact that Christian Watson and Reed are both hurt means, guess what? Tucker Kraft will be getting the ball like he should. Yeah, Dontavian Wicks will be getting the ball like he should. And Romeo will be getting the ball like he should. And Matthew Golden will be used properly and probably get some more usage in a more gadget-type slot role, which is where he can really cook because of his agility and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, the drafting of Matthew Golden makes Jaden Reed obsolete because he doesn't have the speed. He's basically the same size. He's bigger, like physically, like put together bigger, right? But we've already got a bunch of guys that are way bigger than Jaden Reed who can do the same type of things as him. Wicks is bigger. Heath is bigger. Dobbs is bigger. They're all about the same speed. Jaden Reed's not a speed burner.
No.
And I'm not saying he's bad. I'm just saying he's redundant at multiple levels, and he doesn't do anything better than anybody else on the team.
That's fair.
You know what I mean? Like Christian Watson is tall and fast. There's nobody else who's as tall and as fast as him. You know? Romeo Dobbs has pretty good awareness and body control and can make catches, contested catches, and keeps his eyes open and does stuff like that. Matthew Golden, quicker and crap, and, apparently has great hands. Well, Jaden Reed doesn't have great hands, and he's not as fast as Matthew Golden. Dontavian Wicks, always open. Runs the best routes of anybody on the team. Also great after the catch. Okay. Jaden Reed's good after the catch. Dontavian Wicks is better after the catch.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Everything that Jaden Reed is good or is decent or good at, there's somebody else or multiple guys at receiver or tight end who are better than he is at all those positions. And I would rather see them get the ball in those situations. You want a wide receiver screen? Dontavian Wicks should be getting wide receiver screens because of his ability after the catch.
Yeah, I agree.
Or Tucker Kraft should be getting those screens at the outside.
Yeah.
When you have an end around, let's see Matthew Golden. He's got the speed. Or Savion Williams. He's faster than lightning, right? Apparently. He just trips on the grass, whatever. So, but he's another guy. Like he's got, I hate to say it, but the injury to Reed is not going to impact this team. It'll actually only let us put the ball in guys' hands that should have it anyway instead of him. And it's mean to say, but it's kind of a Kenny Clark thing and a Jair thing, right?
You're right. And actually, I mean, if you're if you're a person who observes beyond just the words and reads the tone and body language and the way people say stuff or how they respond to questions. When Matt LaFleur was asked about the Jaden Reed injury in his follow-up day press conference, what he said and how he said it, like he tried to say that it's a loss and yeah, he does so many things for us, but he didn't even believe what he was saying. Like you could tell. And it's the same thing. And it's nothing against Reed, but it's exactly what you said. Based on the way they have acquired receivers, there's nothing that he's better at than anybody else on the team. And he's not he's not an overall better. He's not overall better than anybody either. Like if you say, okay, the guy's pretty good at a bunch of things or pretty good at everything, there's certain things he's pretty good at and there's certain things he's not good at, like catching. So,
I mean, he's like Isaiah McDuffie,
except he's not no, McDuffie is consistent though. Like
yeah, you're right.
Reed is
McDuffie is better.
Yeah.
You're right. McDuffie is better than Jaden Reed.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate to say this stuff because
I like him as a guy and he's a good competitor.
And he's a fan favorite and people watch the show and they're like, Ben hates everybody. I don't hate everybody. What I hate is when I can obviously see this guy is good. Mm-hmm. This guy has things that he can do that other guys can't do and they don't use them. This was the first game where Tucker Kraft was used properly. This is the first game where they used Dontavian Wicks to freaking move the chains on third down. It was smart.
Yep.
You finally did it. We got to get Matthew Golden in the game. And the Reed injury gives us Matthew Golden in the game and in the game plan. And now can that scare some defenses with another fast guy? Yeah, he's small, but he's fast. Will it scare him? Will it scare him? And he's got great hands. I think it's just an improvement. I hate to say that, but it's true. And it's one of those things where the loyalty factor with these guys ends up costing us in the long run. Josh Myers played center for way too long because of some kind of loyalty where they kept saying he is the best of his career, played the best football of his career. Now, listen, he's playing great for the Jets right now, or the Giants, or whatever team he's on, because their guy got hurt.
The Jets,
right. Their center got hurt and he's had to play and they're doing well. Right? They haven't won a game.
I don't know if they're doing
They got creamed by the Bills, I think this last weekend, right? Didn't they play the Bills and get their asses whipped?
I think so.
Yeah, I don't remember. I didn't watch the game. What I'm saying is he's a solid guy for a team where your center went down and you can throw him in there and he played center for 4 years and he's not terrible, right? But what I'm saying is they have these things where these guys that they seem to think are good.
Yep.
And they grab onto them like they're good. We should have saw way more Devontae Wyatt over the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Than Kenny Clark.
Right.
Like it's just obvious to everybody now that he's gone, that Clark's gone. We can see it. And it's the same type of thing. We need to see way more Dontavian Wicks, way more Golden than Jaden Reed. And you're going to see this offense take off because Reed's not in the game. And that sounds mean. And you know what else you should see? You should probably see some other guys besides Josh Jacobs in the backfield. No offense. He ain't that good. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of everybody saying how good he is. He is not that good. Maybe he's a good player. He's not dangerous. He does not scare anybody. There's not a single team at defense that's scared of Josh Jacobs. I can tell you that. Not a single guy. Because for him to get 10 yards, he's got to break 2 tackles. Even if the freaking field is open. When is Floyd coming back? Are we going to see this guy or what? The guy's been around for a year and a half.
Lloyd?
Never seen the guy play a goddamn down. Is he ever coming off his injury or what?
I don't know about that, but I did want to say one thing about the Reed thing and what it will hopefully allow us to see more of, which is I want to see Matthew Golden running more than just go balls. Like I want to see him run a slant. I want to see him run an over route. I want to see him running across the field, get him the ball while he's on the move. A more high percentage throw to him where he's moving and not like a turnaround or stuff like that or something on the sideline.
Yeah, get the ball in his hands.
And this allows us, this is going to open the door for that.
Yes.
It's more than open the door for it. It's going to force it. It's going to force the coaches to do it.
It's going to finally, yes. And that's, and sometimes, unfortunately, that's what
Yeah.
Needs to happen because they have this loyalty to these guys who, yes, they came in as rookies and they played well. When you really needed somebody to make a play, the guy made a play.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, this isn't your freaking high school team or your grandma's, your college, your high school, or your church youth group basketball team. This is freaking the NFL. If a guy shows up and he's got better, more skills than you, you're out. Get the guy who's better in there. They're making a gazillion dollars for a reason. Let's go. And it's a shame that injury. And the other thing that really bothers me, by the way, I've been watching the Chargers have been on national TV last 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And it just makes me want to barf. Every time I see Derwin James out there kicking ass, every time. And we fucking could have had him, and stupid Goody traded back and then traded back up again and then took Jair, the piece of shit. We could have had fucking Derwin James on this team this whole time, all these years.
Right.
Making plays left and right at safety. God, just drives me nuts every time I watch a game. It's as mad as you get with TJ Watt. I get more mad because that's the only guy I wanted. I was like, Derwin James, we need a safety. Haha, sucks. All these other guys suck. We need to have a huge need at safety. And we're gonna, because these guys stink. We knew they sucked.
We can't draft for need, though. We got to draft for the premium position.
It's not a need when the guy's an all freaking world player. Just like when we had the center, we could have taken a freaking Landon Dickerson, the best freaking player. And now what is he? Oh, he's hurt a lot actually now, so that's probably bad. But every time, every time they do that crap.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, Dad's yelling. I'm swearing. I'm sorry, Dad. I'm sick of watching Derwin James make plays all over the damn field, destroying everything. After we watched Jair play like dog crap for the last 6 years or 7 years, however long he's been here.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad he's gone, but we could have had this all-world safety, and instead we traded back. And what do we do with that pick that we used the next year? Oh, yeah, Darnell Savage. That's what we got. Instead of Derwin James, we got Jair Alexander and Darnell Savage. That was the two players we got. You can't even. That doesn't even. That makes it worse.
JJ
if it was just Jair, it'd be kind of bad. But the fact that it's also Savage, that tips that scale beyond terrible. Goody, terrible first-round picks.
So one of those guys was a healthy scratch in week 2, and the other one just got cut by his team after 2 games.
And Derwin James is still dominating the field. And that just tells you all you need to know. I don't know. I've never freaking been a scout. I don't even know what the hell I'm talking about half the time. But even I know Derwin James. Anybody in their grandma was like, Derwin James is pretty damn good. He's the best safety out there.
Well,
how
many years do we watch the draft and everybody's talking about all these players that the Packers would probably draft or should draft, and then Goody is like going to outthink everybody or whatever. And everyone's
instead of Cooper DeJean.
They're all stunned, right? They're all like, and then even like the draft analyst people are like, oh, this guy, like, hang on, who's this guy again? Just nobody.
The only time he did the right thing was Devontae Wyatt because he had 2 picks.
Yeah,
that was it. Otherwise, he would have screwed that one up too.
I mean, it's just a thing. Like when you're so arrogant that you think you know something that everybody else doesn't know. In a world, in a league, in a thing that's so heavily watched and evaluated and everybody's paying attention to it. And there are common kind of assessments or common thoughts on a number of these people or players that these guys are good. These are like some of the top prospects, blah, blah, blah. And then you just purposely go a totally different direction all the time. Like, a lot of those are going to bomb out. A lot of them are going to bomb out.
There's sometimes where it happened and it was obviously for like off the field issues or something, right? Or they think like George Pickens, for instance. I like George Pickens coming out of that draft. I said his name about 18 times. I wanted them to draft him. They took Quay Walker. They took Devontae Wyatt. They took Christian Watson. They took everybody under the sun, not George Pickens. Now, turns out George Pickens is a head case and he's crazy. Okay. Smart move, Goody. But Derwin James has been nothing but a model player citizen of awesomeness for all these years. So I don't know. There was no freaking red flags on him. It was just Goody didn't want to draft a safety. And he thought I'm gonna be smart and in my first year of the draft and be one of those geniuses who trades back and then gets extra picks for next year because everybody's gonna say I'm a genius. And then I'm gonna take a corner and I'm gonna tell everybody how great he is, even though he's not that good. But I'm gonna tell everybody he's awesome. And then I'm gonna get another guy who's way better off the street. And then they're gonna say, hey, isn't it great to be able to play with Jair, who's the greatest corner? And what does Rasul Douglas say? That's what everybody says. He doesn't say, yeah, Jair is a great corner. No, he says, that's what everybody's saying. That was his exact quote. Okay, I'm done.
Just like Keyshawn last year. Just saying, when you're CB1, you don't have to do this stuff. You were CB1, dude, and you still are. You were way better. You're better than Jair Alexander ever was right now. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. And I know Nick's going to get mad. Just say all we do is say that Jair stinks. But he does stink. And now the Ravens know it too.
He's always
and I knew it in 2018.
He made one play that tricked me when he tackled Thielen into Diggs or Diggs into Thielen.
And that was one play gave him a lot of leash, right?
And you know what?
People remembered it.
Javon Bullard made 2 of those plays on Thursday night. 2 of those exact same type of plays. Tackle for loss on a wide receiver screen. He made 2 of them. And one of them he went through 2 guys instead of just one. So he's already made twice the plays in one game that Jair's made his entire career. And he's not even a starter.
No.
I mean, he is, but he's a back, he starts at nickel or whatever.
He's looking good though. One thing that's I think is interesting about about this whole stuff when you talk about these dudes and you talk about the picks. Remember when they made the Parsons trade, right? And they were talking this up. And maybe Goody was just blowing up smoke up asses or whatever. Or trying to make Jerry Jones think he was still smart. But when they asked him, well, whoa, I mean, you gave up 2 first-round picks for this guy and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, well, we really value those picks. 2, blah, blah, whatever. And I'm just like, why? For a known commodity superstar? Like, you're going to get a known commodity superstar with one of these 2 picks in the next 2 years? Hell no, you're not going to. And even if there was one there, you wouldn't pick him anyway. So get rid of those picks.
That's the key. He wouldn't pick him anyway. If anybody fell that far to 27 or wherever they would be drafting if Parsons wasn't here, they wouldn't draft anybody. They draft another Jordan Morgan or Matthew Golden, who normally a 5'10", 175-pound wide receiver who ran a 4.29, but on tape he looks like he's a 4.39, would not be drafted in the first round.
Right.
No offense, everybody. That's another offense. Matthew Golden is not exactly the first round pick everybody thinks he is. He was drafted in the first round, not a first round talent. There were defensive tackles there that should have been drafted by the Packers.
Right.
Now, Colby Wooden and Devontae Wyatt and Carl Brooks have been playing great. But when we play a team like the Eagles or the Ravens or one of these teams that wants to smash you in the face, we're going to see how well that goes. Man, we sure could have used one of those D tackles.
I'm curious.
And it's obvious that, we got lucky here where we get some injuries at receiver and Matthew Golden might be playing. But, man, one of those D tackles would have really been helpful.
That will be the when everybody's getting jacked up. Before we go anywhere else, I just want to say this. While everybody's getting jacked up about Super Bowl and all this stuff, right? Everybody's talking about it. That will be the one test. Yeah. That will be the one thing that could derail all of that, which is if there's a physical team like the Eagles or whatever that just wants to run it straight down your throat, can the Packers defense still hold up against that? I don't know. Because the Lions offensive line was not exactly is not exactly the Lions offensive line of years past, especially in week 1. And the Commanders aren't a team that runs like that either. It's more that, college offense kind of there's holes and stuff. And if you got penetration, you can screw stuff up. And so the speed and the smaller guys with speed and quickness can still work there. But if you got big maulers that get their hands on those small guys and can just bury them, it could be a problem. And that could be the one thing. But that's also why you have all this crazy defense invested in the defense, and the defense might have to pick it up and win games. And that's how it's going to have to go. David's here too. Hey, David.
Hey, David.
Lee's been here saying some good stuff. JJ says he wasn't impressed with Morgan. But let's talk about what was impressive in this game as well, Ben. Leading up to this last game, all of a sudden the Packers have 2 offensive linemen out. And so normally, if you look at other teams around the league,
The 2
Vikings
highest paid offensive linemen out.
right? The Vikings had offensive line issues, and you could tell, or injuries, and you could tell. Some of the other teams had offensive line injuries. You could tell. This, I didn't even tell. The offense just looked the same to me. So these dudes came in and performed pretty damn well. And that's, I think, a very exciting thing from this game to see. If the Packers, for the first time in a long time, have depth in offensive line, both inside and outside, that they feel that can come in and perform when injuries happen, that gives you also hope that they can be a consistent team throughout the year, even though because there's probably going to be some injuries, right? We don't have TJ Lang anymore, who's going to play through everything and be in every game and all this stuff on the inside. We don't have those kind of dudes. All right. We hope Jenkins holds up all year. Will he? I don't know. He's had injury problems too. We got other dudes that might get injured. Stuff happens. But if you got guys you can plug in and you kind of don't really notice too much of a difference, hey, then that'll be the first time in a while that I can say that. We used to feel good about the inside guys when Lucas Patrick backed him up. You felt good, like he could come in and do whatever spot, fine. Tackles, I don't know the last time we had a good backup tackle, but I don't know. I'll be honest, I didn't break down a bunch of the plays. I was going to go back and rewatch the game before the show tonight and just look at the offensive line on every play. I didn't get a chance to do that, but I did look at some plays again, and I thought Belton did pretty good. I thought Kennard did good when he was in there. I thought Morgan did okay. I mean, I don't know. There weren't any big egregious issues, so that's pretty exciting.
Yeah. And I remember I was saying in the offseason, they better trade Rasheed Walker. And now I'm glad they didn't trade Rasheed Walker so he can be there to play left tackle and do pretty good. Like, I don't think they're going to be able to sign him back, obviously.
Right.
But, and Jordan Morgan will be put there next year, and hopefully he doesn't stink. Mm-hmm. But I think they realize, okay, we need this guy, and he's going to start. And they're not, there was the big competition in the preseason. That's what they kept saying. And it's obvious Rasheed Walker won that. Even though they're doing, Sean Ryan can't play the whole game. They have guys coming in for him halfway through the game every now and again. The first game, second game he didn't. He played the whole game because they had guys already in there. Yeah. And Belton and Kennard were coming in and out throughout the game. Mm-hmm. But Morgan played the whole game at left guard. So, but it's still, I mean, at least the Kennard trade is huge. And the bank signing was dumb. Yeah. We all knew it at the time. We all said at the time, why are we signing this a left guard when we have a good left guard? Like, it made no sense. And now he's hurt, hasn't played. Another great Goody move. Freaking dumb. Thank God that we have guys that were backing him up that can play. Thank God we had Zach Tom and he's hurt too. But, Rasheed Walker, Sean Ryan, all these guys, they're all pretty good. Jordan Morgan's coming and playing good. Belton's okay. Kennard was traded for. Elton Jenkins could play anywhere on the line. He can't play tackle. I know people think he's play tackle. He can't.
He can play anywhere inside.
And he's fine.
He's the equivalent of Lucas Patrick, except he doesn't block as long.
No, not nearly as long. But yeah, that's the whole key to the team. Yeah. It's the offensive line and the defensive line. That's where all the money is. I mean, we're not paying our receivers. Terry McLaurin makes more than all of our receivers and tight ends put together. In this last game we played, their one receiver who didn't do jack shit in the game, hardly, makes more than all of our pass catchers combined. All of our money is at quarterback, offensive line. And on defense, it's defensive line. Yeah, McKinney's a little bit. But otherwise, it's Gary, Micah Parsons, Devontae Wyatt. Yeah. And then the front. Well, actually, that's about it. The other guys are all on the rookie contracts.
Well, that's another reason why a lot of people talking about Super Bowl. If you want to get they have to do it now.
Yeah.
They got to make it because after this year, things will be drastically different. A number of these guys are
On offense.
well. Even what's isn't like Brooks. Is this just
No,
third year?
this
This
is
is
third
third
year.
year. Okay. So you got one more year out of Brooks and Wooden.
The only guys on defense are Quay Walker.
Yeah,
He's coming up if they don't extend him.
right.
And I think that's it.
Oh yeah, because they did 5th-year option on Wyatt.
Everybody else is signed for next year.
Yeah,
everybody.
Okay, so they got a 2-year
So,
window, I guess. They
yeah.
got a 2-year window, but
On
they
defense.
if they don't do it in
Offense.
these two, well,
I mean, Romeo, Rasheed Walker, Sean Ryan, those are all starters that are going to be gone because they can't pay everybody. And they paid Christian Watson, who can't get on the field, but they paid him already. I don't know what's up with that. Everybody seems Andy Herman thinks it's a good idea. Goody just loves paying guys who are hurt all the time. That's his favorite thing.
He loves it's like you said last week. He doesn't want to be wrong, so he wants to
but he's
show
always
everybody that he thinks he's right, or he's gonna make himself be right by giving these guys additional opportunities to try to prove him right, and that's why he pays them, and that's why when they play sort of good, he gives them big ass contracts and all this sort of stuff. Yeah. Jonathan pointed out we did have Yash for a while, and that's right. Josh was very good, and actually,
but then Yash fell apart at the end. Like he didn't play.
I don't know what happened to him, but he was so good that one year he was actually one of the top offensive linemen in the league.
Yes, according to you, top 10 offensive linemen in the whole NFL. Jason had like 6 Packers,
and he was.
You never watched any other games.
I looked at some of the other guys.
You did that year. It was the most ridiculous top 10 offensive linemen in the league I've ever seen.
I don't think
Josh Nijman, who was our backup freaking tackle, made the list.
After that season, based on what he could do and the tools and the whole thing together, pass block and run block, he was there. He was there. I'm telling you. Am I wrong about offensive line talent?
Yeah.
No, I'm never wrong. Quinn Miners? I was calling for Quinn Miners forever. What is he?
Just liked his gut.
I knew he was going to be great. He was a freaking bulldozer. I didn't know how good his pass blocking was going to be, but he's doing pretty good at that too. But when you're a bulldozer, you don't need to pass the ball too much. Give me a couple of bulldozers and they'll just plow the way for the run game.
Yeah.
Okay. David brings this up. This is the quintessential question that we have had to convince Ekis of forever and ever and ever. And it brings me back to this as well. Right. And the way the defense is constructed and playing, it looks great now. In December and January on a crappy field or in snow or in super cold weather, is it going to look as good?
The defense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I think it will.
The speed will be reduced. The speed will be somewhat neutralized because of the field conditions. If you can't get as good a footing, these are just the way it goes. This is why I'm a little concerned about the Packers doing so well. I kind of almost hope they have a bit of a slump and drop some games here and there and don't get a number 1 seed. I would love to see the Packers have to play most of their games in domes and stuff like that, and or whatever natural turf fields. Maybe they could be outside, but I would love to see the Packers not have to play home games and be the number 1 seed to get to the Super Bowl. I think one of those situations they could drop a game much easier than if they were playing in like good conditions. Because their whole defense is built on speed, dude. Speed in the super cold crap can be neutralized.
I guess. I don't know. I think that the way they're playing,
think it'll still work.
Their eyes on the ball will still be good.
Okay. I hope so. I hope so. Don't get me wrong, but
because the other team's going to have footing problems too, and their speed will be reduced, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So everybody's speed's reduced. So it doesn't. I don't think it's going to make too much of a difference.
I haven't paid attention to the Malik Willis trade rumors because there have been so many of them for such a long time. But are these like serious or what?
What?
Malik Willis trade rumors? They've been floating around again.
I mean, if they can get something for him, great. I don't see how they could.
But what do they have? If Love goes down, what do they have?
Yeah, freaking Clifford. Pick him
Shiny
up.
Cliff.
Is he's on the practice squad or not?
I don't know. I don't even pay attention.
I don't
but
think he is.
I don't know, man. I worry about it. I know Clifford was my guy there for a while because we're birthday buddies and all that. And I liked the way he was a gamer, but then he got in some games and I don't know, it didn't look too good. It didn't look good at all.
Doesn't matter. Our defense is good.
All right. Well, let's hope that's the case. All right. Never mind. As long as Micah Parsons keeps playing motivated, right?
Yeah.
He's motivated, and you can tell. Will he stay that way for 4 years? I don't know.
He will stay that way until week 4.
No.
Because that's when he plays the Cowboys. After that,
he's going to stay that way this whole season. I believe he will this whole season for sure.
I hope so.
If the Packers win a Super Bowl, will he then dial it back a little bit? Maybe. I don't know. But anyway, will the Packers win the division, David? Yes, they will. They're winning this division. There's no question.
Yeah.
The Vikings.
Unless Carson Wentz helps my fantasy football team, because I had to pick him up. Because I drafted Joe Burrow and destroyed him.
You did.
I destroyed Joe Burrow. This is the second time I've drafted him, and he got hurt right away, and ruined my season.
And you ruined his season.
No, he ruined mine. F him.
Oh, okay.
I'm done with Joe Burrow.
Oh,
last year he goes and throws 48 touchdowns and plays awesome, and then I go and draft him again, and he freaking
See, and Wyatt's been calling for Wyatt forever. It's finally happening.
Hey, we knew he was good. That's right, Clayton Tune they picked up. That's right, Clayton Tune. I forgot. He was the guy I wanted in the draft last year, so that's cool. I want to see Clayton Tune. He's not terrible. He actually got some NFL playing experience.
Okay.
Already last year, because it was on a team that was bad. I think it was like New Orleans or something. I don't remember.
Okay.
Or Cardinals. I don't know. Anyways, but yeah, Devontae Wyatt, man, we've been calling for Devontae Wyatt for years. Kenny Clark was soaking up all the freaking minutes.
Yeah.
But we still need Devontae Wyatt to be able to play more than 1 or 2 plays in a row. His conditioning is so bad. I'll never forget that play when we were at Packers training camp. And there was the Patriots and the Packers. And Bill Belichick was there as the coach his last year there. And Devontae Wyatt schooled the freaking Patriots offensive lineman and got in the backfield. And Bill Belichick went up to him, gave him a fist bump. And I was like, oh, I was so excited. And then Devontae Wyatt was so tired after that, he had to sit out the entire rest of practice on one knee on the sideline. Because he worked so hard on that one play.
He was huffing and puffing so bad.
He gave up everything he had in that 100-degree weather. Actually, it wasn't even that hot, I don't think. Because I think I was freezing my butt off. Because I remember I was wearing... Yeah, it was super cold that day. Because I was wearing I had the dress shirt from the wedding or something.
Everybody else was standing up, and he had to hit a knee.
Yeah. He had to hit a knee for hours. For the whole half an hour that we were there yet. Because he made one play, and Bill Belichick hit him with a fist bump, and then he was like, oh, I'm too tired to practice anymore. I was like, dude, I love you, Devontae Wyatt, but let's go. Your conditioning's terrible. Stop eating the Twinkies and start freaking working out a little bit.
That's funny. Lee was saying before, we appreciate this, Lee. He just said, really appreciate it. He admires the relationship we have. He lost the connection with his older brother, but they have custody of his son. Well, good for you for doing that, Lee. We appreciate that comment, but picking up your family and doing that. He just wishes he still had that relationship. Well, I don't know the situation, but hey, reach out, repair, do what you can. Life is life. You appreciate the people you can as much as possible, and that's all we can do. But we try to have fun, and we appreciate you guys being here and hanging out, giving your comments, keeping us off track as much as possible, because we're not very good at getting off track. We try to stay on track. Just kidding.
Yeah,
we're great at getting off track. So
I would just say, listen,
you guys just
for a long time I couldn't stand Jason. He freaking drove me nuts. He stole my purple shirt. I had a
What?
purple shirt.
That's still a purple
I had a
shirt.
purple polo shirt that I would wear, and it was here's the problem. It was
That
the
was
only
your
time.
pirate shirt. That was a
No,
polo
I
shirt.
also had a purple pirate shirt. You didn't steal that one though, but I had a purple
I thought I
polo
did
shirt.
take that one. Oh, okay.
And
Well, I don't know
whenever
this
Jason and
story.
I would go someplace, because he looked like my mom, our mom is a very, very pretty lady. Our dad, kind of regular. Okay. Nobody could figure out how sorry, Dad, if you're still listening. Nobody could figure out how in the world Dad ended up with Mom. Because
Well, we
Mom was
found out
gorgeous.
after. We found out after you
Yeah,
told us
fancy
the
pants.
fancy pants.
Anyways, couldn't quite figure that out. But anyways, so Jason looks like Mom. I look like Dad. I look just like Dad. Basically, it's scary. But anyways, every time we go somewhere, all the girls flock to Jason. Even though I'm 2 years older, whatever. You know, we're in high school, whatever. And I'm just like, God dang it, I can't stand that freaking bastard. Can I get one girl one time? Can I just have one girl talk to me or what? And then I got this purple shirt when I was like 16 or 17 or something. And I was like, what? And then all of a sudden the girls talked to me first. They didn't talk to him.
I don't remember that.
And he got so jealous, he stole my purple shirt. And I could not find my purple shirt anywhere. I looked everywhere.
I'm pretty sure that's not true.
One day it was just gone. It was just gone. And I asked Mom, because Mom did the laundry. We didn't do my own laundry back then. I was like, Mom, what happened to my purple shirt? She was like, I don't know. I was like, Mom, I need that purple shirt. Like, you don't understand. This has got some magical powers. And I didn't explain it to her because I didn't want her to, get weird. But it was a magical purple shirt. And then a couple years later, after I'm already married and everything's, it's done. And we're staying at home visiting Mom and Dad, and one of the kids is sleeping in Jason's old room. And right before bed, I go into the closet, in his closet, back in the old house, and there's my purple shirt. He freaking stole it. He stole it and freaking hid it from me so I could never wear it again, so that all the girls would still talk to him. Couldn't handle it. A girl talked to me 3 or 4 times when I had my purple shirt on when he was around. Couldn't handle it, could you? Had to freaking steal the purple shirt. And I freaking jerk. You're lucky that I ended up, I found a nice lady and everything's good. But gosh dang it, bro.
Oh,
You could have costed me my love life.
There's so many flaws and
by stealing that damn purple shirt from me.
Misperceptions in that story. Let me just say,
I'm just
number one. After we left, Mom and Dad just started utilizing the closets for whatever clothes as they shifted stuff around. So that's what happened. I didn't steal your purple shirt.
You stole it.
No. And number 2, I definitely wasn't jealous. I would have been happy for you because then you would stop whining and complaining and always putting all your anger at me that you weren't getting any girls.
I think that purple shirt had like underarm crust pits too, and you still stole it. You couldn't handle it.
And number 3, I never wore that shirt. And I
didn't say you wore it. I know you never wore it because if I would have seen you wearing it, I would have freaking smacked you.
You just
stole it and hid it so that I couldn't get the powers.
I didn't take your shirt.
You were jealous.
I did take your
powers.
I did take your leopard underwear and wear those a few times.
Yeah, well,
which is kind of weird now. I did wash them. I actually washed them twice before I wore them.
Those were a gift. Those were a gift to me from a girl that I met at a Christian youth thing.
Those are the ones you got to watch out for.
I know
that.
It's from a different city, and then she sent me these crazy like bikini leopard underwear, and I was like, "What the what?" Yeah, look out for those girls, man. But now I'm 50. Hey, by the way, guess what, everybody? I turn 51 tomorrow. I'm old. Happy birthday to me. Give me a fart gun salute for my birthday tomorrow.
Happy birthday to you. It's coming up soon. Happy birthday, 51.
51.
In a few hours.
You got to hold there for a while.
Yeah. Well, I remember last year you were 50, so that's how I remember this year you're 51.
Yeah, that's a good job. And next year you're 50. Ooh, you old bastard.
I know. I told people that the other day, and they were like, "What? You don't look that old."
People don't think I look like that.
Oh. Want to know something funny? I got this gun from downstairs, the fart gun, and I pulled it out, and then Evan was down there. Yeah. I was like, Evan, I got to grab the fart gun because Uncle Ben's birthday tomorrow. I'm going to give him a fart gun salute on the show. And then he was talking to somebody online, and I just started like doing the fart gun what, to distract him, and like so his friend would hear it in the background and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And then as he just turns to me and he's like, "How's that thing still work?" I'm like, "I don't know. They're magic fart powered batteries or something, because I have never changed the batteries in this, and these have lasted longer than any set of batteries in anything ever in the history of all time."
Maybe.
So I feel like there's like some fart power in these batteries. Maybe there's not even batteries in here. I don't even know. Maybe it's a real fart gun. I don't know. Anyway, it's magic. That's all I'm saying.
Magic. That's awesome.
All right, Packers have another game coming up.
Oh yeah, that's right. We got to
I
talk
don't
about
remember
that.
who it. Oh, the Brownies.
The Browns or something.
It's going to be bad for Joe Flacco. Pretty bad.
He's going to get his ass kicked.
Yeah, he's old. I think he might tap out, at some point.
We're going to see Shadir Sanders or the other guy they drafted before Shadir Sanders.
I think so, yeah. Which then they'll capitalize on that too. A young guy coming in. And
is my guy Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah still on the Browns or what?
I don't know.
Is he always hurt all the time? He gets hurt.
He was hurt. He was playing. He was hurt. He was doing okay, but obviously I don't think they were gonna offer him another contract. So this might be his last year. He might be a lame duck year.
Yeah, he's been around there a couple of years, so
yeah, that's a bummer. He was definitely a guy that had some upside.
He made plays.
Yeah,
he reminds me of Evan Williams. He's just a guy who just always makes the play.
Yeah, and he plays hard, and he just wasn't durable enough.
Well, he was undersized linebacker. He played safety in college, and they moved him to linebacker. Yeah, it's just kind of like.
I mean, not everybody can be Josh Jacobs, Ben. Like, he's durable. Give him that. He's durable.
Okay.
All right. Good news, bad news. Aaron Jones doesn't look quite the same. Then he got his hamstring again.
He needs 460 yards to get that 10,000.
However, the good news. Did you see that block he had leading the way for J.J. McCarthy? That was pretty sweet.
No, I didn't see any of the game.
That was like my favorite play watching that game. I was like, holy shit, that was awesome. Because McCarthy got flushed out. Jones was like sitting in the flat to kind of catch a pass. And as soon as McCarthy started running, he turns around. He sought out the nearest defender. Granted, it was a defensive back, but he just buried that dude. He like leveled him, leading the way on McCarthy's run. It was awesome. So at least he got that done before he got injured, which was cool to see. Yeah. But it sucks he's injured again. He better come back. He better get those yards, and he better get his average up.
We got to talk to Ephraim. I got a trade request today.
You better. Ephraim's killing him right now.
From Ephraim.
Yeah.
He wanted to trade me Aaron Jones, who's out, for my number one pick, CD Lamb. I was like, Ephraim, I don't know if you think I'm a complete moron or what is going on there. I am not doing that trade. I love Aaron Jones, but he's not even playing. He's out. And I hate CD Lamb. I like drafting him actually hurt me when I did it.
I know.
But I did have him drop 4 balls in week 1, but he came back and played pretty good last week. So I still got the win. But
anyway, you got Malik Neighbors, and you think dangerous. You think dangerous for that.
I could have picked up Danger Russ as my quarterback. I won't do it. I could have picked up Aaron Rodgers too. I will not do it. Even if it costs me all the rest of the season, I lose the rest of the season because Joe Burrow's hurt. I will not pick up those 2 quarterbacks and play them on my team. I just won't.
Well, Mom would be mad at you for
that. That's why I won't do it. I won't do it.
And the other one is just a douchebag beyond douchebaggery. So
yep, won't do it.
So
that's why I'm starting Carson Wentz.
He enjoyed everything about beating, or he enjoyed about beating everyone associated with the Jets.
What a loser!
And then when he didn't have to play the Jets, then he doesn't care.
Then he sucked. Yeah, that's good.
It's all about his own personal vendettas, and that's it. That's all that motivates.
I know.
The guy. It's ridiculous.
Hey, all right, we got to do game here. Jonathan's 33-12.
33-12. Dude, 31-10. Pack. I think it's pretty convincing. I'm going to say Myles Garrett is going to screw up the Packers offense a little bit. They're going to be dumb and not throw to Tucker Kraft.
Oh, dude.
Because they're going to have him chip all the time. It's going to be annoying.
You're right.
And I'm going to say the Packers win 24-6. 24-6.
Whoa.
Their defense shows out again.
I'm going to think the Browns are going to score a defensive touchdown. So I'm going to say
the Browns will?
Yep.
Damn it.
Myles Garrett's going to sack Love, and he's going to or he's going to pressure him, and Love's going to throw up some dumb crap, and then it's going to get picked off. So I'll say 19-9. Packers win 19-9.
Okay. Well, there's some weird scores, but
Yep.
as long as the Packers win, we don't care, right? That was the one thing. It's one thing we always said from our first show. You said you don't care as long as they win. You don't care how many points they score, as long as they win. All right. Happy birthday, bro. A little bit early. I'll have to remember to send you a fart gun text or a fart text tomorrow.
Whatever.
Something
I
like
got
that.
a couple farts brewing already.
Yeah.
Just for me. Actually, for Jesse.
Do you work both jobs tomorrow too on your birthday?
No, I took off. I had a holiday.
Wow. That's impressive. Good.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
I start the new job tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. It's not looking promising at this point.
Hey,
it's pretty scary, to be quite honest. I'm
all you can do.
Might have screwed up there, but we'll see.
All you can do in life is you get opportunities, you take opportunities, you don't take opportunities, and then you see how it works out. Make the best of it, do your best, and whatever happens. Then you adjust.
I had 7 years of the same thing. It's just, I'm done.
All right. You'll be all right. I believe in you. Plus, you're a whole year wiser starting tomorrow.
Oh yeah, just like that. Boom.
Yep, that's how it works.
Sweet.
All right. Peace out, everybody. Be good. Bro, I love you. Happy birthday.
Yep,
we'll talk to you tomorrow, too. Everybody, have a good weekend. Enjoy the Packers whooping the Browns' butt. And, I don't know. I mean, I don't think the offense is going to do too great, but they're still going to win. Defense will be fun to watch.